good flag returns as well. So we will be going S&D on Carbon, and we will be going with the attacking team first. Of course, this is for a place in the losers bracket round 10.
Which will put them in a top 4 position. Well, they're playing for top 6 now.
Yes.
This is, of course, the Mad Catz EGL8 MW3 Championship, proudly sponsored by Mad Catz. If you guys want to check out the store to save £20 right now, it's store.gameshark.net, and just enter that promo code EGLMLG, and you can save yourself a little bit of money. A big shout out to some other sponsors. You know, we've got Game behind us, we've got Scuff Controllers, Howparg, we've got Regio42, Gamer Gloves, Gamer Gear, Avenger Controllers, Dabs and Scan, all helping out with this championship, making sure that it happens. So a big thank you to you guys.
Yeah, it's been a great event. I mean, we're coming to the closing stages now. It's really went over quickly. I mean, what's actually been great is when people aren't playing games, they can always go over to the expo or even come to the main stage and just watch us here.
I mean, they've got Halo 4 going on as well, which has got a lot of gamers' interest, not just the Halo players as well. It's obviously a big title, so everyone's been checking that out.
And of course, we've got the game coming up after this. I think it's the 2 finals in a row. We will, of course, have the Reach final and Halo 4 final. It's the same 2 teams playing against each other. I was actually speaking to Baxter before. He was absolutely delighted. He was more happy about getting to play Halo 4 than getting the final of Halo Reach. So, yeah, we are actually going to go on board with the attacking team, which is going to be Prophecy. And we will go on board. We haven't given Gunshi much time yet, so let's have a look what he can do. He's not going to pick up the bomb. And, of course, we will be limiting our casting in this.
And, of course, Gunshi is such a well-achieved player, and most notably, from the public perspective, securing that second place. Gunshi vaults over Legend there and gets the turn on him and picks up that big kill. That was fantastic play. A really slow sensitivity, but still somehow manages to pull that off.
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant by Gunshi. Jumped over the top of him. Excellent play by him there.
And, but yes, runner-up in COD XP, obviously winning $200,000 between the 4 of them, so most well recognised for that achievement. And here he is today competing at EGL8 in this MW3 Mad Catz Championship. Let's see what other work he can do after he follows up that absolutely sublime kill against Legend.
Stay on board with Gunshi using the SCR, and the big discussion this weekend has basically been over sleight of hand, extreme conditioning, what you should be using in S&D, what you should be using in CTF, and the sleight of hand does make sense for S&D, but it doesn't seem as if H2K picked up 2 kills there, so that is going to be 2 versus 3 in favour of H2K. Well, still on board with Gunshi, see what he can do. Yeah,
I mean, you're absolutely right, because Search and Destroy, it's played a lot slower than Capture the Flag. Obviously, it's not really an objective game almost. It's just about picking up those kills. You know, people want to replenish their ammunition as quick as possible, and it does have that certain advantage. Gunshi takes out Realize there, nice play, and we're going to see them move towards the bomb site.
Swanee taking out Chaos, and a big shout from the Prophecy team here. We'll go on board with the last member, which is going to be Luke JS. Let's see what he can do to defend this bomb site against the 2 Prophecy players.
And the problem is for Luke now, he has to decide what to do. Does he try and keep himself central between the 2? Does he stick to 1 bomb site and just risk it? Well, let's see how he's going to play it as we move into the final 38 seconds of this game. The bomb has been planted, and he is nearby, and he is going to go down to Gunshi.
Well played by Gunshi there, picking up 3 of Prophecy kills. Obviously that first one, a bit of a showboat for himself, but that was a nice play. Swanee picking up a kill for Prophecy as well. Chaos and Realize also getting a kill. And, you know, they're not out of this H2K. The first map was pretty one-sided, but they did have their moments where they could have done something about it. And the same with the S&D. They were actually up 3 versus 2, but unfortunately couldn't take advantage. So we'll stick on board with the H2K, see how they do the attack.
Absolutely. Let's see what Chaos is going to do here as he pushes through the middle. Early grenades going out. Will they connect? Well, let's see. What's quite interesting is the use of smoke in this tournament.
Yeah, we need to see that more often. I mean, I know for a fact that we need to make sure that happens a lot more in the new Black Ops, because it's such an effective tool if you use it well. And I mean, if you've got 4 smoke grenades covering the map, you're going to start a panic and think, well, where are they? Where are they? I can't see if they come across. They could be anywhere. Yep. And sometimes teams might just throw them there and do nothing about it. It can be used as a tactical diversion. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as Chaos actually picks up the kill on the Jake there.
What I saw Marky B doing earlier was not only using smoke, but combining it with thermal, which is something you don't see all too often. An interesting tactic. But,
Scotland.
There you go. It seemed to work for him for a while anyway.
Until they got knocked out.
Until they got
top
knocked
24.
out. Exactly. But Chaos here still with that bomb to hand, just moving towards the bomb site. Does get taken out by Swanee, and he is picking it up a little bit here in the Search and Destroy as we see him securing 2 kills and 0 deaths.
Yeah, Luke JS, the last man alive, and they have spotted him and stunned him. They know exactly where he is. He's not in a very good position at this moment in time now. Has a lot of work to do. But of course, we have seen a phenomenal 1v3 on the stage already today. So let's see if we can see another one. How about when Luke JS gets taken out by Gunshi? That's going to be 2-0 to Prophecy.
Yeah, another kill goes to Gunshi's name there. If we just quickly check out what's going on the scoreboard, it is going to be 4 kills, 0 deaths, averaging 2 kills per round so far, and not dying once. Quickly just jotting that down in our notes here.
Right, we will actually stay on board with H2K and see how the defense plays out.
Yeah, because we don't actually see too much defense. We usually stick to the attacks, but it is going to be interesting to see from the perspective of these teams that are getting towards the end of the championship, so have been playing better, how exactly they're going to be doing this. Because of course, for the viewers back home, you could pick up a few things.
Yeah, you see with this game on this map, you can actually defend with an SMG quite effectively, because obviously inside the B bomb site there is a very, very close quarters. So sometimes you'd be better off with the SMG in there. Sometimes with the AR you can do work outside it by peeking out, but as we're going to see, SMGs are being used.
I think Chaos did actually spot someone there. He's been extremely cautious now because he knows someone is around this vicinity, just checking every single possible entrance to this building. Of course, we do have to be fairly quiet. We are on main stage on very loud speakers and the teams can potentially hear us. So let's just see what's going to happen from here on in.
Yeah, I think most of the time they will have the headsets loud enough, but we're not one of taking any risks. It has happened before, and it does outcome games, and you know, it isn't fair, so we will limit the casting. Of course, we could switch the speakers off, but that wouldn't be very good for the people here at EGL8, and we are in Event City, just opposite the Trafford Centre in Manchester, and a brilliant venue this weekend.
Yeah, and it's actually in a really good location, like I say, just opposite Trafford Centre, which of course has the big food court, so readily accessible food, which is something that was a bit of a struggle at ECL3, I remember, back in Loughborough. Shane actually finally managed to break that interlude by picking up the kill against Luke JS. And Swanee is going to go down finally as we enter the final minute of this round. We're seeing some action from either team. Gunshots are fired at Legend, and it's going to be Shane that answers the call of Prophecy, taking him down. Realised a little bit slippery on the shooting.
Oh, he had so much work to do. That's so unfortunate. But that is now 3-0 to Prophecy, and they are pulling away with this game at the moment. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. 2 donuts for H2K at the moment. They really need to step up their games.
Absolutely. And with them already trailing by 1 map in this best-of-5 series, they really need to be winning this. They do not want to be going 2 maps down against Prophecy, such a formidable side, and it would mean winning 3 maps back-to-back against arguably one of the strongest EU teams at this event.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with Gunshi on the defense, using the ACR red dot sight, sleight of hand pro with focus.
It is actually game point now for Prophecy. They're on 3-0. They just need to secure a final round. Things started to look good by Swanee's frag grenade taking out Chaos, but Luke JS managed to equalize things, bringing it to 3 versus 3.
H2K don't seem to be playing with the same intensity they did against Optic. I mean, they were pulling everything out in the bag, and at the moment they're just not really making it. It seemed to be like, oh, they were just having big plays, and they can't seem to do that at the moment. Prophecy are keeping them quiet. Big shot by Realize there, and Legend actually. So that is going to leave Jake on his own against 3 of the H2K members. They're not out of this just yet.
Well, we've already seen 1 big clutch on main stage by Dido. It isn't going to happen though here for Jake, and it's not going to be a complete whitewash. Do not rule H2K out of this just yet. It is 3-1. Things are still against them. They have 3 rounds to win back-to-back to secure this victory.
So we'll stay on board with Prophecy for their attack, and then we'll switch sides. So we are actually, I'm going to switch it up. I haven't really seen much of Shane yet. So let's go on board with him. He will no doubt be SMGing. Using the MP7 on this map again, it is quite a long range map. It can get really close quarters, but it depends on what sort of thing he is doing. If he was rushing in, maybe he would be using the PP90, but maybe if he's taking his time a little bit more, he will use the MP7.
And what I am really liking about this Prophecy side at the moment is the aggression that they have on the attack. They don't really hold back. We just saw Shane absolutely blitz it down that alleyway. And whilst he did stay poised for a moment, just making sure no one's going to jump around the corner, you can see that he is not holding back one bit. He's just charging in there, confident in his ability to take out the other team. That grenade does connect with someone, and he knows someone's in that area.
Yeah, there's definitely somebody within that area now, and the whole Prophecy team will know about that with the communication through Shane. Of course, they have Acid coaching behind them as well. On board with Shane now. Again, there's the long-range proficiency that they will have on the MP7. Of course, he is using focus on this, but I think the MP7 doesn't really need a proficiency like that. It is already a very strong ranged weapon, so still about Shane putting shots in everybody. That's the only thing about it, is quite a weak weapon.
Yeah. MP7 though, you can sometimes use it as an assault rifle at times. It's very, very accurate for an SMG, and it's why so many players do prefer it over the PP90, which, that said, a lot of players in this tournament have been using the PP90 as well. It's kind of those two SMGs that dominate the scene.
The PP90 is just such a powerful weapon. I mean, coming up close, I mean, if you have an AR, maybe with MP7 it'll be a close battle, but the MP7 will take it. But the PP90 every single time will win a close-up battle against an ACR.
Well, we're on board with Gunchy now, who's taking the high ground here, just trying to get a good vantage point on the enemy team. Is he going to find anyone? He needs to fairly quick. He's taking a lot of damage there. Legend's going to take him out, and that is going to mean it is all up to Swanee, but no, H2K on the comeback here. 3-2 now to Prophecy.
Yeah, we will actually switch over to them to see how they do on the attack. And yeah, as we said, they're definitely not out of this yet. See what they can do on the attack.
And if we actually have a look at the scoreboard, see who's performing well on either side, it is relatively balanced. I mean, we did see two donuts initially on H2K, but they've got into this game now. They've sorted themselves out, and they are on the attack. Let's see what's going to go on for Chaos, as he is the bomb carrier.
Again, with the smoke grenades coming over, let's see what they can do with that. I'd be very surprised he gets killed with that, though. No grenade kill for him there. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. And he's actually getting himself in a very good position, and that is all because of the smoke grenade giving him some cover.
Yeah, and smoke grenades would be used a lot more often, I do feel. It's just stun grenades are such an important part of a player's arsenal. Swanee picking up 2 kills though there for Prophecy, which brings things to a 2 versus 3 now, and things are not looking good for H2K. That said though, the big Semtex from Realize takes out Swanee 2 versus 2.
On board with Luke JS at the moment, obviously coming out with a very, very nice play on that first map, but unfortunately H2K could not come away with anything. Realize actually picking up a kill on Jake, and it is Shane, the last one alive. He has to do something now, because you know what, H2K are going to come back, and he has actually managed to take out Realize. He's looking for Luke JS now.
As he travels around the back, remember he is on the defense, but Shane being Shane, he is not one that's going to sit in the corner. He's on the hunt, and he's trying to scout down the opponent. It is Shane versus Luke JS. And he can't find him anywhere.
Yeah, this is the stalemate, nervy time for Prophecy now. They really do need to take this round, because H2K coming back to 3-3 may just have that edge, and it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do from here. Obviously, Luke JS has 1 minute left on the clock, and he's... I'm trying to keep it...
we're trying to be careful what we say, but the positioning of the players was interesting at that one point, in that quite some time ago they were at the opposite ends of the map. But let's see what bomb site Luke JS is going to be moving on to, and if at all he is going to go for the bomb plant.
He's been very cautious which way he moves around the map. He is a very cautious, he is quite passive. He's well known for it, so that's how he's going to play his S&D game, and that's the way he should play it. So we'll see what he goes for, and Shane has got a lot of work to do here.
Yep, I mean, with time running out, it would have to be a bomb plant or a kill, and he has gone for the bomb plant as it does go down there on B. He just needs to hold this now for 40 seconds, and that will be a victory for H2K.
Well played by Luke to get the bomb down and move into a good position as well. So let's see what he can do from here. It's all going to come together, and Luke's going to make the kill. That's 3-3. Well played by H2K to battle this back now, and Prophecy need to be careful here.
Yep, we did say not to rule H2K out. Whilst it looked like it was going to be a complete whitewash from Prophecy initially, H2K on a mammoth comeback here, and they are straight into this game. They're coming off a 3-round back-to-back consecutive victory against Prophecy, and they have the momentum behind them to push forward now. They've got their heads raised high, and Prophecies are slightly dipped.
Going to go with the attacking team for the last round. 3-3, 2 minutes and a half to attack the 2 bomb sites and plant the bomb. If you're not familiar with Call of Duty, of course there is only 1 live per player.
So let's see what's going to happen. I mean, when it gets to this stage, of course, both of these teams are a little bit nervous, I think it's fair to say, because this round could indefinitely decide the ultimate winner of this whole best-of-5 series. I mean, if Prophecy win this single search and destroy round, that's going to take them to 2-0. If H2K win it, it's going to take it to 1-1 overall, and that completely changes things. It's not just at 1 round of search and destroy anymore. It's a net difference of 2 total rounds of the best-of-5 series.
1 minute 45 seconds left in the clock. Shots being fired somewhere across the map. I'm actually going to change it up, see what is going on.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a time to come big, it is now. It's like we saw from Dido from Envy earlier when he picked up that big 1v3 at 3-3. Ultimately led to nothing because they still did get knocked into the losers bracket, but still such an amazing play from them.
I do think they actually fought through, and I do think they dropped leverage out of the tournament, if I'm correct, before this game. They were definitely playing over there, and I do actually think they have advanced on through.
Quite possibly. We'll have to check up on that later. But as we continue to watch Prophecy, we are on board with Shane now, who, as we've said before, plays with a lot of flair in Call of Duty, actually charges straight in there, swings himself around corners, tries interesting things, and I suppose uses the element of surprise in a lot of his attacks as he's doing there, and that's very clever from Shane, actually using a little bit of a dummy, but 2 of Prophecy go down, and this could be a big choke from them after being 3-0 up in this search and destroy.
They have to be careful here. They really do need to work together. Shane taking bullets as well, so he's going to move away. Let's see what he can do with this SMG, though. Good position. Oh, my God, he nearly got the turn on the Chaos sort of there. Nothing he can do, though, and Gunshy's the last man alive. How Prophecy let a 3-0 lead slip?
How many is he up against? He's up against 3, and he's only got 22 seconds on the clock. I think H2K may have just about pulled this off. It's going to be interesting to see if he's just going to charge in there and go for the kills or a bomb plant. Well, Lujas goes down. They know his position, and Prophecy are not looking too great right about now.
Yeah. Well played by H2K there. Coming back from 3-0 down. Excellent play. We said they are not out of this. They're a very good S&D team, so well played by them. And that is going to be 1-1. We're going to go to the third map, which is CTF on Dome. And then the fourth, which will definitely be played now, is S&D on Arcaden as well. And the last map will be CTF Lockdown if we need it.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing Prophecy take the Caps flag in Arcade in 2-0 and then seeing it go 3-0 on Search and Destroy, I think both you and myself were thinking this was going to be complete annihilation by Prophecy, but H2K have proved that completely wrong.